So Akademiks has been kicked off of Twitch. It's such a crazy crash out, and I'm gonna get into this, but this is why I'm glad that Kendrick is not a social media artist, that he's not out here, constantly talking, tweeting, posting. Like, he gets busy and puts it in the music. Yet Drake and Ak are bent on turning Kendrick's lyrics into prophecies, giving him all the power by crashing out completely and utterly on their own in ways that can be viewed independently of the beef. But still, as a result, predators moving in flocks. Like, you can't wiggle your way out of this one no matter how you flip the Rubik's Cube, Ak. This was weird. And granted, I've known about Akademiks since it was strictly the YouTube days and he wasn't showing his face. And the one thing that I respected and liked about Akademiks from that time, we literally at one point in time only had curated and industry-based news. There were gossip channels and stuff like that, but the insider information he was able to get and the perspectives that he had, I mean, he's been into some controversial topics if we talk about Chicago and Chirac series and all that stuff. But when we look at that, it was valuable because it really paved and trailblazed the way for many self-proclaimed hip-hop journalists to get their reps in by following topics that are interesting and having solid takes on them and creating chronological content. Like, it had its value. But as this man continued to get money and influence, even coming from everyday struggle, transitioning to his own stuff, I've noticed just an increase in arrogance, an increase in vulgarity. Like, you over here yelling at women at the top of your lungs. I've never seen or heard or even thought of you doing this in front of a dude, because the Migos had froze when Joe Budden and them were about to get into it. It's always Big Ak behind the screen, or Big Ak dealing with a woman, or Big Ak when you talking over an audio platform, but never Big Ak when you dealing with somebody face to face. It'd be Small Ak then. This is the danger of inflated ego, pride, and just arrogance. Ak thinks too highly of himself. For a while, the industry has lil bro him, like he's had the biggest chip on his shoulder for people that have tried to sun him, whether that's because of his position and his lack of size in the spaces that he dwelled in. Like, that chip is definitely carried, and you can see how he has fallen victim to the lifestyle. And you just think certain rules don't apply to you. And when the gauntlet comes down, you blaming everybody but yourself. And this same thing is happening with Drake. You blaming UMG. Meanwhile, Drake is the one that told Kendrick to even bring up the fact that he likes young girls. Like, how you gonna feed an artist this type of information? Granted, we already had the public information to know that that angle could be taken. But when it is taken, now you got lawsuits. Lawbury Graham has entered the chat. What an amazing crash out. I'm here for integrity. We need to clean the streets up. We need to clean the industry up, you know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is, these entities and powers that be, like UMG, they ain't off the hook either. And I'm not saying that in agreement with the lawsuit, but just their business practices. So they will try to champion a win through the culture based on Drake's downfall and all of this stuff as he tries to come at them directly. But the truth is, the industry been set up for their pockets to win, and for Spotify's pockets to win, and for artists to lose. And we tired of that too. But y'all got legal loopholes to protect y'all business practices. As the dominoes start to fall from inside of the industry's house, it also, to me, signals the downfall of the structural integrity of the outside as well, that houses these things that happen on the inside. And that's what I'm here for as an artist. I'm not here to say I want UMG to crash or things like that, but I'm just ready for there to be a revolution and for the floodgates to open for people that aren't pushing these toxic narratives, focuses, and frequencies, but just the music, the culture, the message, fun, expression, and personal growth. It's cringy to be talking about drugs. It's cringy to be talking about girls in certain ways. Like, if that's what you do, that's what you do. But to act like this belongs as a primary focus of hit songs, like, I'm tired of hearing y'all talk about hoes. I'm tired of hearing y'all talk about drugs. I'm tired of hearing y'all talking about killing people. I'm tired of the industry promoting that because they think that's what the market wants, when the market doesn't even know what it wants, because they don't even know how to have a basis for good content because of how we've been media trained. And that doesn't go for everybody, because I think the market is adjusting based on what we truly want in our souls when we see the effects of the warfare that Kendrick has amassed. on these powers that be. But what do y'all think about Akademiks being canceled in this way? I think that this is necessary to protect, like, you out here in public, like, you had multiple chances to recant and you did not. And so therefore you get what you get and don't have a fit. I don't know. He'll probably be on Rumble, but we'll see. Hopefully he been saving his money.